And welcome to 5 After 5. I'm Frank Cusimano. This is Corey Miller. We're going to hash over the 5 hottest topics in the sports world today.
All right, first things first, it is opening week, Frank. So we have to talk about baseball and the Cardinals coming back to Busch Stadium. What's the thing that gets you most going for opening day?
Well, I guess this is going to seem kind of corny, but when they start to play the music
Yep.
and you see
Here
the
comes the
Clydesdales, and then you look over and you see the Hall of Famers, I think the coolest thing is this. It's the embracing of the new with the old. I mean, when Nolan Arenado shakes hands with a Scott Rowland, or, you know, when Ted Simmons shakes hands with a Yadier Molina, that's something that we have in our town that they may have it in some other towns, but not many, and nobody does opening day better than us.
The Clydesdales is always, no matter how many times you see it, it's cool.
Yeah, and that music is really good. I love it.
Here Comes the King is good music. Specifically this year for the Cardinals, Albert Pujols, we know, is going to get a crazy ovation. Yadi and Waino. What do you look at? Nolan Arenado gave us a cool moment last year. What do you think we're going to see this year from this year's team on opening day?
Well, with all due respect to Waino and to Nolan and to Yadi, the ovation that Albert's going to get is going to be off the charts. It'll be one of the greatest we've ever heard. I mean, we heard some good ones from him when he came back with the Dodgers, came back with the Angels, but nothing like this.
He's going to be in the lineup. He's going to DH. We don't know where he's going to bat yet. Where would you put Albert in your lineup?
Well, okay, so Arenado and Goldie have to be, and O'Neill, 3, 4, 5.
In some combination.
So, yeah, maybe like 6 or 7.
If Paul DeYoung's hitting, though, Paul DeYoung's got to be in that 5th slot eventually. Maybe not on opening day, but eventually.
O'Neill actually may hit. Wait a minute. I don't know if they're going to, just because O'Neill had a bad spring after what he did, I think it will be O'Neill, Arenado, and Goldie. That's 3, 4, 5. And then you would go, I guess you have to go DeYoung at 6. I don't know. Maybe they go Albert at 6.
There's a lot of interesting ways to do it. I think they might hit Goldschmidt second and lead Carlson off. Or do you still think they're going to go with Tommy Edman at the top?
No, you can't go with Tommy Edman at the top. Yeah. Not after that spring where he had 1 infield hit and like 20 at-bats.
And the on-base was already a question.
You know, look, he's got that's one of the biggest mysteries of Tommy Edman, who I like and think he's a really good player. But for him to be a Stanford guy, to have all that hand-eye coordination, you would think drawing walks would be something he would excel in. And he's adverse to it.
Yeah. Well, I think this could be if you hit Bader and him 8 and 9, like we've been seeing in a lot of projections. I think that could be really good. You flip the lineup. There's less pressure on them. Maybe they see some more fastballs, and he becomes kind of a de facto sort of second leadoff guy if you flip the lineup.
That's the way you may start it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Harrison Bader does everything possible to get out of that 8 slot. And, you know, Bader does draw walks. I wonder if he could end up in the leadoff spot, too.
Definitely a lot of options for sure. And like we've said, if Paul DeYoung decides to hit, that changes the entire lineup.
Wow, another thumper there. Wow.
Let's talk about something else that everybody's talking about today. Tiger Woods back at Augusta for the Masters. I can't get enough of it. He's playing practice rounds. All the reports are just glowing that he is back to looking like he was, which you never count Tiger out. But after the car crash injury he sustained, I don't think anybody thought this was possible.
No, we gush about athletes coming back from ACL. This is coming back from a near amputation 14 months before. It would be theater if he's in the hunt on Sunday. But even just to see him that Thursday, I think it starts at 10:34. I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of people calling in sick. And the production around America, that for 4 hours from 10:30 to 2:30 Central Time is not going to be great because you have to take a peek. You just have to.
Did you see the crowds for his practice rounds these last 2 days?
Oh, my gosh. And, you know, here's the amazing thing is the second greatest player of his generation, and probably one of the 10 greatest of all time, Phil Mickelson, is not there.
Yep.
And nobody cares.
Nope.
Nobody cares at all.
Give me a name other than Tiger who you like at the Masters.
I always
one of
thought
these young guys?
No,
or?
I think Brooks Koepka in majors and that course, you know, it's conducive
We've
to
seen
his
him
game.
win up close here at Belle Reve.
Yeah. If I had to take, you know, one name to win it, I just like him in big tournaments, and that course sets up well for him.
Yeah. Nothing like the Masters. What do we got next here? Blues back on track. It's the Coyotes, but a win's a win, and they're looking a little better.
Yeah, I think if you throw in the fact that 3 games in 4 nights and playing a lousy team, which has been the Blues' issues all season long, I think that's a great victory. And that second period is so explosive. I mean, Corey, when you think about it, of all the great teams in Blues history, the 2000 President's Trophy winning team, the 2019 Stanley Cup winning team, the team that had 10 guys score 20 goals or more, they had 10 guys. This is the best power play we've ever had. You can look it up. Percentage-wise, they are so explosive. That second period last night was awesome.
So Blues got us feeling a little bit better, but it's gonna come big time here when the playoffs roll around. I'm not totally off the ledge here. They're still gonna have a rough go no matter who they get in the playoffs.
Well, you know, Colorado's got a big injury issue with McKinnon too, and they looked invincible a month ago, and now we'll see.
Blues showed us, just get in. You never know what's gonna happen. We got to talk about Kansas and UNC last night in the title game.
Why do we have to? You make it seem like it's drudgery.
It is for me. I was watching, and I almost went to bed at halftime because I thought, you know what? At this point, I can only get angry at what's going to happen, and that's exactly what happened. Kansas, in typical fashion, comes back to win, and Bill Self just rides off into the sunset again. Those
Kansas halves are just insane. What they did to Miami, and then the way they opened up 31-10 in the second half. It's crazy, too, because there wasn't a guy in the national championship game get to 16 points. Here's the best stat of the night, that Kansas led for the exact same amount of time as North Carolina in that game. Is that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah, but I like this angle. Even if you're a Missouri fan, you hate Kansas.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's not the one-and-dones doing it. It's guys that are fourth and fifth-year seniors, guys that have been in the program at North Carolina and at Kansas, who are getting better and better every year and staying. And now with NIL, where guys can make a couple $100,000 to stay as opposed to go to the G League or go to Europe where it may be dangerous, a lot of guys are going to do that now.
The real question is how long until Kansas has to vacate this title?
Well, they may not get the chance. You're right. They may not get the chance to defend their title. They're not going to lose this title because none of the players that were involved in the FBI scandal are with the team now. But there's a realistic chance they won't get a chance to defend it.
That's what I'm waiting for now. That's all I got.
Okay.
Last thing here, we're getting an XFL announcement tomorrow on Wednesday. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. It seems to be some sort of rebranding that they're teasing. Maybe we'll finally find out if St. Louis is going to get a team again. They've been teasing us forever now.
Yeah, it's crazy. You'd think you'd have to include St. Louis. I know this is going to be one of the biggest days. What time does it happen tomorrow?
I think it's supposed to start at 11 a.m. Central Time. So The Rock was teasing it. I think they're going to have a new logo for sure. But they got to give us something now. The league's supposed to start in less than a year, and we don't even know where the teams are.
Yeah, it'd be one of the biggest days of your life.
Now, you've been surprised. You've been surprised at how much everybody has loved this, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean those crowds at the Dome were just insane. I hope we get it. It's great.
It's fun. We got to have something.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing. All right, that'll do it for today's 5 After 5. We'll see you next week because we usually do this on Thursday, but that's opening day and we'll be just a little bit busy that day. So we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.